Hello, happy Thursday. Hi guys, happy Thursday. Happy to be here like always. I'm a little cold. It's cold in here, so I'm excited to get warmed up, but we'll wait a minute or so. Hi Natalia. Thanks for joining. I miss you. I hope you're doing well. Hi to people joining on Facebook. Hi Prashanti. All right. We will go ahead and get started. We're going to get started standing at the top of our mat in mountain pose. So coming to the top, feet about hips width distance, arms nice and relaxed, and start to close down your eyes. And feeling from the ground up, the heels, all 10 toes rooted to the earth. And start to just visualize yourself growing up, the side bodies, out to the top of the head. Realizing that mountain pose holds all the potential for all the other poses we're going to do right here. This grounding, this stillness, just like stillness holds all the potential for all the movements. And this calm space, this steady mind holds the potential for this amazing, tremendous growth on our mat. And we do this growth through setting an intention for our practice. So coming to feel inside of you, like what are you feeling like now in your heart? Picking something from that, maybe one thing, maybe a couple things, creating a nice, steady intention for your practice. And how you stand here now is how you will stand and live the rest of your practice on the mat and off the mat. We'll take one more inhale together as you fill from the heels up to the side bodies, all the way to the top of the chest. And a deep exhale out, let everything go. We'll start to open up the eyes on your inhale, take the arms overhead, full body stretching from toes out to the fingertips. On your exhale, cactus the arms, open up the heart, slight press of the hips forward. Next inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms, open up the heart. Last time, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms, take the gaze high. Next inhale, arms reach up. And then bring the feet into touch. You're going to find a little chair pose. It doesn't have to be a super deep bend. But stay here for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Next inhale, open up the arms, straighten the legs. On your exhale, chair pose, bend the knees, bring the forearms into touch, ground the spine. Inhale, open the arms, straighten the legs. Exhale to cactus. Bring the forearms into touch, bend the legs. Last time, inhale, open up, spread the collarbones. Exhale, round the spine, bend the knees. This time, inhale, straighten arms overhead as you breathe in. And then exhale, dive it down into a forward fold. So heel toe the feet back out. Catch a hold of the opposite elbows. And then a little bounce in the body, bring the forearms down towards the mat. Just continuing to lengthen the spine, lengthen the legs. And then releasing that grip. On your inhale, halfway lift, reach hands to the shins. And bring more weight into the toes so you roll the hips on top of the heels. Draw the shoulders back and down. Stay for your next breath in. And exhale, release, forward folds. Same halfway lifts. Rise up. Weight into the exhale, fold back down. Last time, lift up halfway. And exhale, plant the palms. We'll send it back to high plank. Bring equal weight in the feet and in the hands. In the core, your center, lighting up, pulling the belly button towards your spine. Finding this focused, steady point, just like our mountain pose. One more breath in. We'll drop down to the knees into a tabletop. On your inhale, belly drops, gaze goes high. On your exhale, round the spine, chin tucks in towards the chest. Inhale, belly drops, head lifts. Exhale, press into the earth, round the spine. A few more on your own breath. And on this next inhale, make your way back to neutral spine. We'll tuck the toes under, lift the knees just to hover a couple inches off the mat. So shifting the weight in towards our hands with the hips stack over the knees. One more breath here. And then set the knees back down, tops of feet root down. This time we'll spin the fingers to face our thighs. Start to shift back and forth, lowering the hips down towards the heels. And rising back up, working out the wrists and the forearms. And coming back up to a neutral spine. Put the hands back on the right way. Tuck the toes under once again. Lift the knees to a hover. Low belly hugs in. Sides of ribs knit in. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, straighten the legs, downward facing dog. Allowing the feet to pedal out, the knees to bend. On your exhale, come high into the toes, and then drop the heels over towards the right as you take the gaze under that left armpit. Keep relaxing the belly, strengthening up the arms, strengthening up the legs. Next, inhale back to center, high in the toes. Breath out as you drop the heels down to the left. Take the gaze under that right armpit. Next, inhale through center, high in the toes. And then drop the heels down to the mat. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to look to the top of the mat. And start to walk the feet up to meet the hands. Lift up halfway, flatten the spine. Deep exhale as you fold in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach the arms overhead. And exhale, hands meet at heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Breath in. Dive it down, forward fold. Lift up halfway, flatten the spine. We'll plant the palms this time. You can step or float back, lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Draw the shoulders back, tops of feet press into the earth. And on your exhale, downward facing dog, hips lift up and back. One inhale. One deep exhale. That next inhale, your gaze goes forward. And travel feet to hands. Halfway, let's flat back. Release, forward folds. Through to rise, big breath in. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Dive it down on your exhale. Halfway, lift flat spine. Plant the palms, step or float back, high to low plank. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, breath out. 2 breaths here. On your next inhale, right leg goes high to the sky. Breathing in from that left heel, dropping down to the right heel, picking up. One more breath in. Exhale, drive right knee towards that right elbow. Inhale, send the leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards the nose, round the upper back. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Knee across the body, over towards that left elbow. Send it back, 3-legged dog. And step the right foot in between the hands. Dial that left heel down. On our inhale, we're going to rise all the way up into a reverse warrior. So that left foot is parallel to the back. The left hand can track down the left leg, or maybe that half wrap behind the low back. Right fingers reaching up, slightly back. Notice that you can feel that right knee track over that right ankle. Letting up the core, the legs right off the backs, as well as stretching through the side bodies. And if your gaze isn't up at the fingertips, take them there for 2 more deep breaths. One breath in. On that exhale, frame the right foot. We're going to step it back to a 3. The right toes lift to a hover. You always have the option to drop down to the left knee or stay on the left toes. Just like our first high plank we did, squaring the hips off, low belly hugs in. The core is your center, so focusing there. And either staying on the left toes or dropping down to the left knee. We'll bend to the elbows 90 degrees, lower halfway down on your exhale. Inhale, press back up, three-legged plank. Send the right leg high, three-legged dog. And a big step forward in between the hands. Dial the left heel down once again. Next breath in, rise up. Reverse your warrior once more. Not once more, we're going to be doing this a lot. Just once more on this side for now. Can you find a deeper bend into the right knee? More length through the right side body. Feeling the right inner thigh lengthen out towards that right knee. One more full breath in. On your exhale, frame the right foot. So this time, step back, high plank. Lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips lift up. Next inhale, left leg sweeps high. Left knee towards that left elbow. Inhale, kick it high. Knee towards the nose as you round the spine. Send the leg high. Knee across the body towards that right elbow. Send it back, three-legged dog. Step it all the way through, top of the mat. Right heel dials down. Reverse all the way back into that reverse warrior. Same thing here, the right hand can track down the right leg. Or wrap behind the low back. We're going to seal the outer edge of that right foot down, pressing that left big toe forward. Notice where your gaze is. Let's steady the mind by bringing the gaze up towards those fingertips. Focusing your two eyes on this one point. Last 2 deep breaths. And this next inhale, stay. Next exhale, frame the left foot, step it back to that three-legged plank. This time, left toes look to a hover. You can always drop down to right knee, or keep the right knee lifted. Pressing the earth away, all 10 finger pads down, feel the sensation. On your exhale, lower halfway down, take the elbows against your side bodies. Inhale, you press back up, three-legged dog, left leg sweeps high. Take a big step forward in between the hands, right heel dials down. That inhale brings you all the way up and back, reverse warrior. Can you make this second round on this side a little deeper in the left leg? Light up that right leg a little bit stronger. Few more length through both side bodies. One more breath here. And carve the hands down, step it back, high plank, lower down to your low plank. Up dog or cobra. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, you fill the low belly. All the way to the chest. And a deep exhale, let it go. Remember that same thing. A couple more times. Next inhale, right heel high. Right knee towards the right elbow. Send it high, three-legged dog. Knee towards the nose, round the spine. Inhale, take the heel high. Knee across the body towards the left elbow. Send it high, three-legged dog. Big step forward, dial left heel down. On your inhale, reverse your warrior, side body stretch. Frame the right foot, step it back to that three-legged plank. Lower halfway down. Press it back up to high plank, send the right heel high. Big step forward, reverse your warrior, breathe in. And breath out, frame the foot, step it back, high to low plank. Up dog or cobra. Hips high, downward facing dog. Left heel high. Left knee towards the left elbow. Send it back. Knee towards the nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Knee across the body. Send it high once more. Big step forward, widen the stance. Right heel dials down. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Lower the hands down, step it back to that three-legged plank. Left toes are lifted. Lower halfway down. Press it back up, three-legged plank. So three-legged dog. Big step forward, right heel dials down. Reverse your warrior. Big inhale. Big exhale, you frame left foot, step it back. high to low plank. Up dog or cobra. Hips go high, downward facing dog. One more time each side, right heel high. Right knee, right elbow. Take it up and back. Knee towards nose. Send it high. Knee across the body. Deep inhale, kick the right heel high. Step it all the way forward. Inhale, reverses you up into that reverse warrior. Frame the right foot, three-legged plank. Lower halfway down on your exhale. Press back up, three-legged dog, right heel high. Big step forward, reverse your warrior. Last time on this side. Frame the right foot, step it back high to low plank. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Hips go high. Last side, left heel high. Left knee, left elbow. Send it up. Knee towards the chest and the nose. Send it high. Knee across the body. Three-legged dog, big breath in. Big breath out. Step the foot forward. Right heel dives down. Inhale, reverse up and back. Bring the left foot, step it back. Three-legged plank, lower halfway down. Press it back up, three-legged dog. Left heel steps forward, right heel dives down. Inhale, reverse up and back. Frame the left foot with knee and downward facing dog. Giving yourself 5 deep breaths to catch that steady breath back. You can always stay in down dog or drop down to your knees. Rising back up to down dog when you're ready. On your next inhale, right heel goes high. Set the right foot in between the hands. This time rise up to a warrior two. Not reverse, just normal. Left down. Arms come to T. And play around with opening up the fingers wide. Feeling the stretch, the strength, and bring the fingers in close together. So activating those hands, fingers point forward and fingers point back. Just like the reverse warrior, the right inner thigh is guiding out towards that right knee. Tucking the tailbone under, making the spine nice and tall. One more deep breath in as you feel the left foot press into the back of the mat. On your next inhale, shift forward. We'll find your half moon. So let the right fingertips plant the top right corner of your mat, or just beyond the mat. Left arm reaches towards the sky. Press back through that left heel. And spiral the chest open. Challenge yourself to take the gaze up towards those left fingers. Or option to lift the right hand to a hover. Two more deep breaths. Last inhale. On your exhale, standing split, frame that right heel. Right foot. Let the left heel kick high. Softening the upper body, taking the gaze towards the back of the mat. Pressing down equally to the toes and that right heel. One more breath here in standing split. And drop the left foot next to meet the right. We're going to bend into the right knee, finding a pistol squat. So there's a lot of different options for this. We'll be on the right toes. First option for modification would be having the hips sit on the mat with the left heel to a hover. Or if your right knee is feeling good today, you're mindful of it. High on the right toes. Lifting the left heel to a hover. You can keep the fingertips on the mat. Or for the biggest challenge, hands at heart center. You flexing the left toes back towards your face, sitting upright. Using that left heel to a hover, using those low abs. Last breath in. Then set the hips all the way down onto the mats. Shake out the right foot for a second. We're going to rise up into a boat pose. The shins can be parallel straight for more of a challenge. We'll reach the hands towards the front of the room. Same thing, like our pistol, sitting upright. Bring the shoulders back and down. Bring that low belly in. You straighten out the legs for this last breath here. And let the legs soften down. We're going to find the fun transition to the back of the mat. So left hand will plant underneath the left shoulder. Fingers will be pointed back. Bend into the right knee. So we're going to set up for a wild thing. And if wild thing's not your practice, you can just stay here with the bent right knee, right hand reaching forward. Or if wild thing is in your practice, next inhale, lift the hips up. Reach the right hand towards the back of the room. Driving that right heel down. Maybe that left big toe touches down and press it towards the top of the mat. Last 2 deep breaths. Now we're going to transition to the back of the mat. So let the right hand plant down. Take a big step forward with the right foot. You might have to scooch over slightly onto the mat. And once you've gotten steady with that right foot, you're going to launch off into your warrior 3. So right foot will find the mat, the left toes dial down. You can keep hands in heart center, or fly your arms back, or fly them forward. If your arms are forward, can you bring your biceps alongside the ears? Engage those upper back muscles. One more deep breath. Standing splits, the hands touch down, the left heel kicks high. Second standing split on the side, dropping the head even more. Where can you relax the neck, the jaw. Melting the chest back towards that right thigh. One more breath here. And drop the left foot down. Same side foot pistol squat. Right foot will be on the mat, that left heel will be forward. So it felt okay last time if you have hips on the mat, maybe trying to come up onto the right toes. Raising that left heel, a few fingertips on the mat, play around with bringing hands to heart center. To really focus on absolutely everything here. It helps you to keep your gaze steady. One more deep breath. And lower the hips down. Oh. Last bow pose for this side. Kick the legs high. They were bent last time. Try to straighten them out. Keep sitting upright. I know that's something I have to work with, so I'm not setting a good example. I always round my back. But drawing the shoulders back and down. Relaxing the neck, making the neck nice and long. Last full breath in. And lower everything down. Same thing, wide open, getting to the top of the mat. So left leg will be long, right knee will be bent, right foot on the mat. The left hand will be back behind you. Reach the right hand towards the back of the room this time. Stay here, option to lift up. Hips off the mat, reaching right fingers towards the top of the mat, front of the room. Breathing into every space, every inch of your front body. As that back body strengthens. On your next exhale, flip to the top of the mat, stepping that right foot forward. And framing that right foot. Then plant the palms, we're going to step it back to high plank. Right palm plants in the center of the mat as the heels dial down to the right. And reach the left arm high for a side plank. You can stay here, drop the bottom, knee down, raise the left leg high. And can you feel the space increase between that right hip and the mat? Try yourself to lift the hips up, press the earth away with that right hand. Last deep breath in. And return back to center high plank. Option to lower down or simply press it back into your down dog. Arriving with a deep inhale, followed by a deep exhale. Next inhale, left heel kicks high. Stepping the left foot all the way forward. Dial the right foot down. And rise up to that warrior 2. Stretching the arms front and back. Playing around with the hands here. Opening up the fingers nice and wide. Feeling the palms, the space in between the fingers. Stretch. And close the fingers into touch so that all fingers are touching. Hands are active. Reaching forward and back. Feeling that active stretch. Opening through the collarbones. Tailbone under, keep bending deep into the left knee. Last breath in. And start to shift forward, finding that half moon on the left side. So left fingertips will find the top left corner, or slightly behind your mat. My right hand will press back, right hand reaches overhead. See if you can feel in your own body the shoulders stack. The right leg parallel to the mat. Taking the gaze up for a challenger option to lift the left fingers to a hover. Last 2 full breaths. And on your next exhale, out, standing split, frame that left leg, taking the right heel high. Dropping the crown of the head, taking the right heel up. You can turn the torso towards that left thigh. And drop the chest down. One more breath here. And drop that right foot down next to the left. This time sending the right heel forward into that pistol squat on the left side. So if this is bugging your left knee this time, option keep the hips on the ground, just raise the right heel to a hover. It's still super duper active. Or you can come up onto the left toes, raising the right heel to a hover with the fingers down. Or if you want more, bring hands to heart center. This side is much harder for me. Pull the right toes back towards your feet, lifting the right heel. One more full breath. And set the hips all the way down. Use that left ankle, a little shake. Boat pose number 3 of 4. So we're almost done with boats. So take the legs up, fingers reach towards the front of the room. Each time you come into boat, you continue to draw the chest forward, squeeze the shoulders back. And that place in the sits bones where it gets a little bit wobbly. Last inhale. And set everything down on the mats. This time, right knee will plant to the back of the mat, fingers pointed away from you. Left knee will bend. Reach left hand towards the front. Stay here, option to lift the hips, reaching the left fingers towards the back of the room. Feeling the side body stretch in the left side, the whole front body open up. One more deep breath in, lift the hips high. Then transition to the back of the mat with the left hand plant down. Take a big step forward with the right foot. Scooch back onto your mat if you traveled off. And next inhale, use the breath, rise up to that warrior 3. The left foot has the weight. The right heel drives back, toes dial down. Hands can be at heart center, behind you or out in front. Long and strong through the whole entire body. Reaching front and back. Driving energy down through the left heel. One more breath in. And frame the left foot standing split, right heel goes high. Drop the head. Nearly something more in the neck, something more in the face. Maybe closing down the eyes. One more deep breath in. And let the right foot soften down. Last pistol squat. On the left toes, right heel drives forward. Or you can keep on the hips, lifting the right heel to a hover. Try to bring hands up to heart center. Feeling the sensation of all 5 toes tucked under. Sitting upright, one more breath in. And then lower all the way down. Last boat pose 2. Let the legs go high, reach actively towards the back of the room. And straighten your legs just for a second. Try it out, challenge yourself. This is our last one. One more deep inhale. And lower everything down. Right hand to the back of the mat, bend into the left knee. Stay here with the left fingers reaching towards the back. Or your next breath in, rise up, lift the hips. You take the gaze to look towards the wall in front of you, or whatever's behind you. And steady your eyes. And we'll transition to the back or to the top of the mat, stepping the left foot forward. First, framing this left foot, and step it back into high plank. This time, the left hand finds the top of the mat, dial the heels down. And reach that right arm high into that side plank. And you can drop the left knee down, raise the right leg. And keep finding more space between that left hip and the mat. Reaching the right toes, maybe right fingers up towards the sky. One more breath in. Come back to center, high plank. Option to lower halfway or all the way. Just press it right back to down dog. And we'll meet in down dog with 5 deep breaths. Always option to come down to child's pose. Give your upper body a little break. Eventually getting back in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, look to the top of the mat. And then hop or step feet to hands. Halfway lift, flatten the back. Release, forward folds. Pull heel toe feet out, mat width distance, heels and toes out. And sit the hips all the way down. We'll first start with hands in heart center. Pressing the elbows against the inner thighs. An upright spine here too, just like our boats and our pistol. That's the theme of today's class, is upright spine. Keep sitting tall, opening up the chest. Now we'll take the hands overhead. Getting the arms a little more active. You can feel the back muscles turn on. Even if you can't feel it, keep drawing the arms back. Now take the arms out to T. You can see them in my screen. Out to T, palms are facing towards the front of the room. Same thing here, activate the arms, activate the back. So you keep drawing the shoulders back and down. And you turn the palms up towards the sky. Keep guiding those knees up, sinking the hips low. One more deep breath in. We'll drop the arms, straighten the legs, find a slight wide-legged fold. So keep the legs as is, match with distance, and then drop the head heavy. Option around onto the big toes with the peace fingers, find a little halfway lift, and then fold in. Releasing that grip. We'll heel toe feet in towards each other. Then step the left foot back, dropping down onto the left knee. That right big toe, right shin will be tracking forward. We'll take the arms overhead for a low lunge. And kind of like a warrior, so we're going to open up towards the left. So left arm back, right arm forward. Turning this torso towards the left side of the room. Making sure this right knee is still guiding out and away from you. Finding deep, nice sensations in that left hip. Opening up the arms just like that yogi squat, just to keep pulling the arms back. Now drop the left hand towards the back of the left leg or behind the low back. Reach up and over through the right fingers. Just making sure you're not pressing on the back of the left knee anywhere but there. And allow the eyes to track up towards the right fingers. Keep guiding the hips forward, find length out of the low back. And we'll come back up, frame the right foot, tuck the left toes under. We'll dial left heel down, rise all the way back up to a warrior two. Next inhale, flip the front palm. And on your exhale, reverse your warrior. Just staying for one deep breath in, reach up towards the sky. And rise back up to warrior two. We'll straighten out that right leg. Kicking the hips back as you reach forward. Dial the right hand down to the big toe, to the mat. And with the left arm, reach overhead. You open up the chest, tuck the tailbone under. Next exhale out, frame the right foot. We'll step that left foot up and in towards pyramid pose. Lift up halfway flat the spine. And exhale, fold in, dropping the head, dropping the chest on top of that right thigh. Shaking the head side to side. Next inhale, lift up halfway. We'll plant the palms, step it back to high plank. Lower it down to your forearms. And keep the right forearm in the center of the mat. Dial the heels down towards the right and reach the left arm high. Now on our forearms and our side plank, you can drop the right knee or raise the left leg up. You can feel the whole palm press down, the whole forearm. One more breath here. And return back to center, forearm plank. And then drop the hips down, tops of feet root down, Sphinx pose, elbows under shoulders. Drag tops of feet, hips in towards the mat. One more inhale to lengthen. And release the chin down towards the mat. We'll put the palms under the shoulders, tuck the toes, press it up, high plank your tabletop. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Next inhale, gaze goes to the top. Then travel feet to hands. Lift up halfway. Deep fold. Release. And heel toe feet out. Heels in, toes out. Sit the hips down. First hands at heart center. Elbow feet out. Maybe close down your eyes for this round. Just tuning into the internal world of your body. Maybe with your eyes closed, you reach the arms overhead. Drawing the shoulders back. Notice if, since the elbows have left the inner thighs, notice if they've caved in a little. I noticed mine did. So keep dragging them out, using that strength. Take the arms out to T, palms are starting to face forward. And as we press the shoulders back, we'll rotate the palms up towards the sky. See if we can even feel a little stretch in our biceps. Press the knees out. One more breath here. And drop the hands down, straighten out the legs. Fold into yourself. You can walk the heels of the hands in line with the heels of the feet, or maybe back behind. And heel toe feet in towards each other. This time left foot stays, right foot steps all the way back. Lower the right knee down. On your inhale, rise up. Arms extend overhead to start. We'll reach back with the right fingers, forward with the left fingers. And open up the torso towards the right side of the room. So it's like this marker two with our right knee down. Actively pulling the shoulders together. Drawing deep into both hips. Then drop the right hand down to the back of the right leg or behind the low back. And the fingers reach up and overhead. You find more of an arch, dragging the low back and in your upper back. One more breath here. Then we'll come back to center. We'll tuck the right toes under, dial the right foot down, and wrap up warrior two. Last warrior two of our practice to make it strong. Left inner thigh, gaining so much length out towards the left corner of your mat. Nice inhale, shift forward, flipping the front palm. And reverse this warrior up and back for a deep breath in. And rise back up to warrior two and straighten out the left leg. Remember to heel toe the right foot in slightly. Get the hips back, reach forward, and dial the left hand down. You can catch a hold of the big toe, ankle, or mat. And feel that chest open, rotate that right shoulder back. One more inhale. And then train the left foot, so step the right foot up and out slightly, so all 10 toes point forward. Lift up halfway. And exhale, fold in, drop the head, drop the neck. Next inhale, lift up halfway. We'll put the palms, step it back to high plank. Lower down onto the left forearm, ground down. So that right arm reaches high. Lift the hips up, and you lift the right leg. One more deep breath in. And you come back to your forward plank. Stay for that inhale. And slowly lower hips down. Sphinx. Or option is just coming to seal, straightening the arms out. Keep drawing shoulders back. You feel the big toes, the big toenails touch down. And release everything down. Put the palms into shoulders. We'll press it up into tabletop. Next inhale, right arm reaches overhead. Turning the chest towards the right side of the room. And then threading the arm under the left arm, resting onto the right shoulder. Option to kick the left foot back, maybe add a half wrap of the left arm. We can lift the left leg, or I like to play around with bending into the left knee. Maybe grabbing a hold of the left foot with the left hand. And falling over because it's going. I was starting to talk really slow, my voice about to fall. Put in an extra little quad stretch. And then bring everything back to center. We play the left palm down, sweep the right arm high. Another right palm, set back down. Switch out the sides, left arm high. Left arm threads underneath, resting onto that right shoulder. Same options here. You can have the binds of the right arm. You can step the right foot back. Maybe lift the right leg. Or even bend into the right knee. This one takes mad focus. And eventually releasing everything back down. Right palm plants. Reach the left arm high, breathe, and then set the left palm back down. We'll just set the hips back. Knee on the heels. And then just swing the legs out in front of us. Rolling all the way down onto our backs. Bring the sole of the left foot planted. We'll find a figure four on our backs, or always option to come into half pigeon. If you're going to do that, we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Stay here, guide the left knee in towards your chest. I like to rock side to side. I like to hold when I rock over towards the left hip. And then releasing the left foot down. Let the sole of the right foot plant, left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Stay here, guide right knee in towards your chest. Rock side to side on this side if you did, on the other side. And maybe for 2 more deep breaths. And releasing right foot down. We'll take the legs up towards the sky. You can stay here for your inversion, or lift the hips up into shoulder stands. With your shoulder stand option for cow pose, letting the feet fall to the back of the mat. And release the hands up. If your hands are interlaced, see if you can squeeze the heels of the hands in towards each other. And slowly rise back up through shoulder stance. And lower hips all the way down to the mat. We'll take the arms out to T. And let the legs fall to the right as the gaze shifts left. And now coming back through center. Drop everything to the left. And we'll meet in center with the forehead pulled up towards the knees, giving yourself a big squeeze. Knees in towards the chest. And then letting everything go long with the legs, the arms, the head towards the back of the mat. And allow your eyes to close down. Knowing that this pose right here is like mountain on our backs, and it has the potential to make our whole day. Even though it's 5:30, we still have the potential to have an incredible day. And it all starts here with this pose. Bringing our full yoga practice right here in towards our body, in towards our hearts, and finding this deep reflective state. Allowing this intention to rise back up. Maybe get you a little fired up with this intention, but equal softness in the body. Still finding this deep, relaxed state. We'll spend a couple moments here. An option to stay here for as long as you'd like. Or you can start to bring movement back in, allowing that breath to deepen. Eventually reaching hands towards the back, the full body stretch. And let the knees hug in, taking some rock side to side. And landing on one side into a fetal position. And slowly rising up. And keep the eyes closed. Hands at heart center. Sitting nice and upright with an open heart. Leaving here as optimistic, as lively and alive as possible. Next inhale, reach the arms overhead. And bring the hands to heart center. Bow into ourselves as we seal our practice in. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here. I do this every time. I just scooch. Boat and pistol class, there's a lot of those. But thank you for being here. And if you're watching this later, thank you so much for watching it then. I hope you all have a wonderful Thursday or whatever day you're watching this. And I will see you all next week.